Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So Andrezel did some digging and brings up this great point. Ripple client Volente Technologies joins the Fed Reserve's FedNow payment pilot project, and he links that link down here. Now, Ripple client ACI has also been chosen for Fed's pilot project, and he links that link down here. Yes, he says there are domestic solutions with Ripple, i.e. MoneyTap, and so here are the two screen grabs, and this news not happening too far apart. Wednesday, January the 27th was the first piece, and February the 2nd, Tuesday, less than a week later, was this second piece of news. He goes on to say, why do you think Brian Brooks mentioned how bad domestic payments were in the United States and how blockchain technology could solve this today? What system is there that could solve this? Why did two of Ripple's biggest partners just join the FedNow pilot? Should I draw a chart for you? And so he also posts this down here, Faster Payment Task Force Steering Committee, demonstrating that on the Faster Payment Task Force Steering Committee, right down here, we've got Ryan Zagone from Ripple, although Ryan, I do not believe, works at Ripple anymore, and Ben Bernanke, chairman of the Federal Reserve System from 2006 to 2014, was a speaker at a Swell event, and you know guys, every year Swell is held by Ripple. It is their private conference. So really interesting news here. This coming on the heels of more news from ACI. This coming from El Crypto King. Ripple client ACI partners with Central Bank of Thailand to enhance real-time payments for banks. So more integration with other central banks around the world. According to an article published by Business Wire, RippleNet member ACI Worldwide has partnered with ITMX, Thailand's National Interbank Transaction Management and Exchange, to help it modernize the system of real-time payments for banks in the country. ITMX is a body governed by the Central Bank of Thailand, and we know Thailand, very, very friendly to cryptocurrency, or has rather the regulatory clarity that the world needs for a robust cryptocurrency integrated framework. ACI Worldwide is a Ripple client and a major global provider of software and solutions for real-time digital payments. Today, it has spread the word about collaborating with ITMX, in the course of which the latter successfully integrated one of the company's solutions for real-time payments as part of a program for upgrading payment processing systems for banks of Thailand and to ensure its further expansion and growth. We see that they are indeed jumping onto the ISO 20022 standard. So this is going to be modern payments. This is going to be the new standard for which the world will run on by a certain date, and I believe that final date was 2024, 2025, if I'm not mistaken. Put it down in the comments if you guys know the exact date on that. I also wanted to mention more VeChain news. So co-founder of Bluegate, a VeChain partner, recently has promoted VeChain Business Solutions to Coca-Cola Global IT Director. VeChain Tech is probably the best supply chain and traceability solution for this use case, says Patrick Hendricks. So this big news for VeChain, and tags Patrick in there. So just giving you guys some sense of who these people are. Bluegate Business Solutions, this is Fernando's LinkedIn profile, and Patrick Hendricks, Global IT Director for Marketing in Europe, Middle East, and Africa for the Coca-Cola Company. So more VeChain news there, and it's interesting to see, this from Crypto Rick, and, I agree wholeheartedly with this. The VET market cap is 7.5 times lower than that of Cardano's. In the meantime, VeChain is doing 200,000 plus real-life business transactions day after day and growing hard. That makes us a top 5 performer. And so here's just a screen grab with some of the VeChain partnerships, or rather some companies that are already utilizing VeChain's blockchain solutions for traceability in supply chain management. And I think to his point here, the VeChain token has been doing fairly well, although it's still hovering right here under 3 cents per VET. It did do well since March, of course, like other cryptocurrencies. It's up quite significantly since then. If we take a look at where VeChain is trading since March, it is up 1,421%. So a lot of money has been pumped into the VET token. I personally do still think we are going to see some great things out of VeChain. And yes, full disclosure, I do hold VET, as I think I'd mentioned. I definitely have mentioned on this channel lots of times before. So just to that point, really, really interesting to see this, and the fact that there are all these partnerships and there is this real world utility, and yet it tends to sometimes just fly over people's heads and, bypasses them altogether. Always do your research, guys, on what coins are doing in the space for these long-term holds, because, even if you are trading in a spec market today, looking for profits right now, which I agree, is a lot of our MO, it is not a bad idea to maybe put some money aside for your retirement, pour some money into some cryptocurrencies that are going to have a bright future down the road. We've also got this coming from a XRP CryptoWolf. So SBI has now launched XRP lending. Clients can now lend up to $100,000 100,000 XRP with SBI VC Trade. So SBI VC Trade rolled out its lending service back in November. Initially, Bitcoin was the only supported cryptocurrency with a minimum amount of depositing starting from 0.1 BTC. SBI VC Trade, which was established back in November 2016, claims that it plans to expand its services. In its November announcement, the cryptocurrency-focused arm of SBI Group mentioned that it would also add Ethereum lending. So we're starting to see this more and more. Cryptocurrency lending, because people are going to want to borrow cryptocurrencies, because there are going to be more use cases for cryptocurrencies, because the world is ever evolving, and this spec market, this might be one of the last spec cryptocurrency markets we see. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. The spec market is fun in a lot of ways. This idea that you can trade, make money in this Wild West type environment is always kind of exciting. But that said, though, news is coming down the pipe that we are becoming more regulated. More news is coming down the pipe for more cryptocurrency utility, which is good. The fact that, more investors, institutional investors specifically, are looking into cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum and others for investment purposes. This is all to the point of cryptocurrency utilization in a new global framework. Of course, we've got DeFi, we've got great projects like the Flare network ramping up, and so cryptocurrency is going to be utilized in a very, very different way than it has in the past. This is why companies like SBI are now lending out cryptocurrencies. So after Ripple, the issuer of XRP, got sued by the SEC, SBI Holdings came out in support of the embattled company. The token that the SEC alleges an unregistered security is actually considered to be a cryptocurrency asset under Japan's law. And so they've already deemed it a cryptocurrency. They are going to start lending it out. Great news there. Want to thank XRPCRYPTOWOLF for pointing that out. And another one here from XRPCRYPTOWOLF. PayPal has been working with regulators and central banks to shape the next generation of the financial system. So hear me out. Less than a year ago, PayPal wasn't even mentioning cryptocurrency. And then they finally enabled cryptocurrency purchases in November of last year, and it just went crazy. They were not expecting the kind of demand that they had for cryptocurrency purchases. So in its Q4 2020 earnings call today, PayPal reported that cryptocurrency purchases helped keep its users on the platform. In its investor update, the company wrote customers who purchase cryptocurrency have been logging into PayPal at a rate of 2x their login frequency prior to purchasing cryptocurrency. Though PayPal CEO Dan Schulman didn't go into specifics in terms of earnings, he did say that the volume of crypto traded on the platform greatly exceeded our expectations. That's enough for the company to push forward. We all know the current financial system is antiquated, he said, before outlining a future in which all people, not just the affluent, had access to financial services. To help meet this goal, he promised the company was significantly investing in our new crypto blockchain, which brings me to this next point here, another one posted by XRPCRYPTOWOLF. PayPal CEO Dan Schulman says that they are investing in a new business unit focused on crypto and digital currencies specifically. So let me take a few pointers from this article. So big earnings coming out of PayPal. Let me just go down here. Schulman also said that PayPal is excited to build upon its early success by allowing customers to use their crypto balance as a funding source whenever they shop at our 29 million merchants. So that's going to be really a great use case, I think, for PayPal users. Right now, you use PayPal to buy things online, but if you can actually utilize your cryptocurrency to purchase items over the internet with PayPal, that is going to be a game changer. We anticipate the rollout of that capability to begin late this quarter, and we hope to launch our first international market in the next several months, he went on to explain. A Venmo integration with crypto is expected in the coming months, so Schulman described such steps as just the beginning of an extensive roadmap around crypto, blockchain, and digital currencies. Among other factoids, per Schulman, everyone who signed up for crypto is opening up their app 2 times as much as they previously did, and I mentioned that earlier. PayPal made its crypto services available last October, with trading beginning in November. So big news coming out for PayPal. Of course, this coming on the backs of positive news coming out for the cryptocurrency community and the crypto space in general, which is basically transforming the world of finance. Not only that, we've got this from DJ Peter Vass. Ripple partner MoneyGram sees 12 straight months of transaction growth. So MoneyGram has altered its strategy from a brick and mortar model to digitally transform its platform to be customer-centric over the past several years, garnering triple-digit growth for every month of 2020. And yes, although there has been a bit of a setback with the SEC, MoneyGram is still a Ripple partner. Let's not forget that, guys. Some people were kind of confused about that because Alex Holmes came out and said, yeah, we're going to put on-demand liquidity on hold for a bit, I think, in certain regions. But where there is clarity, I believe they are still using ODL. So just wanted to make that clear. The Dallas-based global money transfer and payment service capitalized on the beer flu pandemic as a time to accelerate its digital presence. We've been really focusing on changing our go-to-market strategies and the perception of our business really over the last 5 or 6 years. We've kind of embarked on this. We're calling this our digital transformation journey, and that was to really reposition the company. And sure enough, they have. In 2019, they partnered with Ripple, started with ODL, went to an online model, and the rest is history. I want to keep moving though because there is some more news here. So Visa to allow cryptocurrency purchases at US banks. This coming from James RULEXRP. And so Visa has partnered with Anchorage, the first federally chartered crypto bank. The credit card giant will launch a new initiative to enable the purchase and sale of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies at traditional banks. You know what, guys? A year, 2 years ago, we would not have heard of these big companies, namely Visa, PayPal, major banks around the world, even touching crypto with a 10-foot pole. I remember a story. I talked to my neighbor back in December of 2018. It was around the time that they were discussing the Bakkt exchange and how that was going to be an outlet for institutional investors to invest in cryptocurrency. By the way, I should mention that my neighbor is a finance guy, so he works in that realm. And he said, "Oh, my company would never even touch cryptocurrencies at this moment in time." Let me remind you, that was December of 2018. Now there's a huge turn of events. Cryptocurrency is making it to the mainstream, and we're seeing it on the charts. We're seeing it with Bitcoin price. We're seeing it with altcoin prices. So the mania is heating up. Of course, XRP has been stifled a little bit, but guys, if you check out my video this morning, I do think we are forming a Nike swoosh pattern. I'll link that up here in the top right-hand corner. And I did a video on this in November of 2020 as well, discussing this Nike swoosh pattern. Sure enough, we did break up to the upside at that time. Now we're starting to see the beginnings of it again. And at that time in November, I believe it was November 14th, I did actually accurately predict that uptrend for XRP in late November. Remember that uptrend when XRP hit 79 cents? So maybe I'll link that video too in the upper right-hand corner, just to give you guys some perspective on these trends. So let's just pay attention to what's going on. Also, in this morning's video, I did talk briefly about Senator Lummis and how she is now on Senate banking. So this coming from Caitlin Long. And yes, guys, she is cryptocurrency friendly. She is a Bitcoiner touting Senator Lummis appointed to banking committee. Now, let me read you this. On Wednesday night, Senator Lummis's team told Cointelegraph that she had received her committee assignment for the 117th Congress. The freshman Republican of Wyoming will take her place on 3 committees: banking, environment, and commerce. The Banking Committee is the Senate's front line for financial legislation and has hosted hearings with Facebook's leadership over the Libra stablecoin situation, as well as more recently prospects for the digital dollar. In a press announcement, Lummis noted her intention to use the appointment to the Banking Committee to advance digital asset legislation, and this is exactly what America needs. She says Wyoming, and I apologize if you guys saw this morning's video because I did mention this quote this morning, Wyoming has been leading the way on financial innovation over the last several years. Through my role on the Banking Committee, I hope to shine a light on many of these pioneering efforts and work with federal regulators to ensure that regulation of digital assets are structured to encourage innovation instead of stifling it. And this is all positive news. We've been hearing this from Brad Garlinghouse, the fact that, government has been stifling innovation for cryptocurrency in the United States, and this is why Ripple hasn't really been able to shine. Well, the more cryptocurrency-friendly people we have in Congress and in government making these regulations, this is where we're going to see change. This is where we're going to see not only change, meaningful change. And let me remind you that she will be taking her place on these 3 committees: banking, environment, and commerce. And so what cryptocurrency is the most environmentally friendly? What cryptocurrency was made specifically for banking? And what cryptocurrency is the cheapest, fastest, basically the most efficient cryptocurrency to trade anything of value, whether you want gold for fiat, fiat for crypto, crypto for real estate? It's XRP. And she is heading up these 3 committees, including banking, the environment, and commerce. So I have a feeling that this is going to be very, very positive for Ripple and the XRP token. Wanted to finally mention this from Wrath of Kahneman. Deutsche Bank recently published part 2 of the Future of Payments, Series 2, while largely focused on CBDCs. They mention energy consumption as a barrier, something XRP excels at, and so he links that article there, but mentions Ripple, obviously, only 0.00001133 kilowatt hours per transaction. That is the energy energy consumption for Ripple's XRP, way ahead of even Visa, MasterCard, Facebook's Libra, the Euro, Dash, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and of course, Bitcoin, the worst energy guzzling cryptocurrency out there. So will we see meaningful change with Senator Lummis appointed to the banking committee? I certainly hope so, guys. Finally, just wanted to mention quickly, Life's Tough Media will be releasing a Gene Simmons interview, hopefully within the next few days. He talks about cryptocurrency, and yes, guys, he is invested in XRP, talks to us a little bit about why. But until then, I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.